All right, today we are going to continue working on our animal drawing. If you're doing the elephant, third grade's doing the elephant, fourth grade's doing the horse, and then fifth grade will be doing the dragon. I do want you to trace everything with the Sharpie carefully. So all these, even these texture lines that you drew, if you have some texture on your elephant, trace those so that they really stand out. If you have any details that you drew in your background or your foreground, hopefully you drew some of those interesting details on your own. You're going to trace all those very carefully. If you have any pencil lines, I have these kind of sun rays behind my elephant. I want to make those go all the way to the edge of my paper. But if you have any pencil lines that still show, take the time and erase those. Like right now, I'm not tracing right on that pencil line because I think I wanted it to be a little bit of a different place. So I'm going to go back. I haven't traced all my flowers, but let's pretend that I did. I'm going to go back and erase some of these pencil lines that I can see. And right here, I didn't quite get on all those pencil lines. Just clean it up a little bit. It'll look a lot nicer if you take that time to do that. Now you guys are going to be using watercolor color pencils. Oh, I also wanted to show you on this. For the dragon, I didn't want to draw all this texture for the scales, so I'm just doing that with Sharpie. I can do that on my own if I'm really paying attention. If you want to do it all with pencil and trace it with Sharpie, that just takes a little bit extra time. But these are just basic, the same lines that I repeat to create that kind of scale texture. Once you have that finished, the watercolor color pencils are in this blue container, because blue is for water, and they have a little paintbrush on the side of them. You need to think about the colors that you're going to choose for your background, and then also think a little bit about what colors you're going to choose for your animal. I like to start with my sky first. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, and if I just start with that one, then everything else I can think about as I go. When you're using color pencils, you can put pressure to make it darker and the value darker, and if I do that, I get a brighter hue. So this yellow, I'm pushing pretty hard. If you notice, I'm going slowly next to my elephant because I don't want yellow to be on my elephant. I'm going to make my hue a little bit darker right here by the horizon line. Then I'm going to kind of lighten up my pressure a little bit as I get kind of closer up to the top of the sun. And I want you also to think about mixing colors together. That creates a beautiful, interesting color. If I don't mix colors, sometimes it looks okay, but if I mix them together, I kind of get this interesting effect when I use the water. It's almost like the paints from the color pencil kind of mixed together. So that's that first part of my sun. Got my upper part of my sun up here. I'm just going to keep working a little bit. I'm going to show you how to mix. You notice I'm not going really, really fast. I'm going slowly if I get near the edge because I don't want to have that yellow anywhere else. And I'm not going like scribbling because I want to make sure that it looks like I took my time. I'm going to add a little bit of orange on top of my yellow. Just kind of lightly on top, making sure that I'm still going close to my edges, going slowly, especially right near my edge. I'm going to press really light when I get up here because I think I still want some of that yellow to be showing. I'm just going to have the orange kind of near the horizon line. That creates that interesting effect of a shadow or a value. How light or dark something is a value. And I think I'm going to probably color right over my name right here. Okay, if you're doing the dragon, think about sometimes adding a little bit of texture to your scales, depending on what color dragon you have. Going around the edge, making that darker, making the inside a little bit lighter. These have a couple examples. I left this white. Obviously, I don't need to color that in. You can color it in if you want to. Sometimes creating a lighter value near the horizon and a darker value at the top makes it look more like a sunset, like the sun just went behind the horizon. This, I kind of added a little bit of a darker shade of blue to the top and then more of a darker shade of green to the bottom. This is the elephant. I mixed a lot of colors to my background, some blues and purples and a little bit of yellow and orange for the sun. I think the elephant, you can see right here at the bottom, is a darker shade to kind of give it that feeling that it's a little bit of a shadow underneath there. This is just kind of a light brown. I probably mixed a little bit of gray into that too. So mix your colors. Think about the direction that you're coloring. If I'm coloring something that's horizontal, I'm going to want my color pencil to go horizontal. I'm not going to want it to go vertical. Take your time and get that done. Again, I like to do my sky first, just because that's the farthest thing away from me. And then I work my way forward. Mixing your colors together, making sure that you have a nice, interesting combination. The color pencil sharpener. If you have a color pencil sharpener at your table, please share it. Please only sharpen one side of the color pencil, not this side. And just a couple twists, and it should be sharp. That's actually probably too sharp. If I sharpen it too much, that color pencil tends to break. This one I can probably sharpen a couple twists with my pencil. Oops, see, it broke off. Sometimes this takes the small side, works a little bit better. If it doesn't sharpen in a couple twists, you can try it again. This looks pretty good. That's not super pointy. That's going to work well. If this gets too full, you can empty it over the trash. And that is it.